Welcome to Canada's podcast.
I'm Phil Bliss, founder and CEO of Canada's podcast, and we're going to meet Clive Kinross, CEO of Propel Holdings, and I'm really interested. It's been about 15, 16, 18 months since we did our interview. I've been following you, so what I'd love if you could tell people about your journey getting here. And if anyone looks at Propel Holdings on the TSC, they'll see it's been quite a journey.
Yeah, thank you so much. And it has been a journey. Like any journey, I don't even know where to begin answering the question. So I'm going to find a quick jumping off point and say that I'm a South African chartered accountant. I arrived here 27 years ago. Shortly after arriving, I started my first business in the automotive industry, which is a company I built up from the ground up called OpenLane. And OpenLane today is a Fortune 500 company. We sold that just before starting Propel. And coming out of that experience, without getting into the ins and outs of that business, I decided I wanted to start another business. Only this time I wanted it to be in a big underserved market where the model was already somewhat proven. It's a little bit different to the OpenLane experience where we were inventing the model from the ground up. And on the back of that was fortunate enough to pull together the most incredible group of co-founders, 3 gentlemen who are still with me today. And we've built this business over the last 13 years. In a nutshell, banks and credit unions in North America, in fact in the developed world, don't want to provide access to capital to underserved and underbanked consumers who today comprise about, give or take, 50% of the population. So there's 50% of the population, many of whom are living paycheck to paycheck, who cannot access credit from a mainstream bank or credit union. They turn down time after time after time, and that's left them with a lot of suboptimal options to go out and gain credit when they need it. And we're disrupting that end of the market and providing access to capital to consumers who are otherwise locked out of the market on rates and terms that are better than they could otherwise obtain. And we're able to do it through our proprietary technology, through our AI and machine learning, and through our outstanding team. The last thing I will tell you is we took the company public in 2021. It's been an incredible ride. We're the best performing IPO of our vintage. Recently topped $1.5 billion in market cap, which was an incredible milestone. And myself and my whole team will tell you, we're only just getting started. The last thing I will say, Phil, is we're obviously delighted to be representing Ontario at the EMY Final Awards.
So just before you go, be a little bit more personal. What particular characteristic does Clive has that helped him get here?
You know, Phil, I know what my mother will say, so I'm going to go with her on this one. She always says when I put my mind to something, I don't stop until I get there. And I've been like that from a young age. I didn't necessarily realize it was one of my discerning nor positive traits or characteristics, but I always have. I've set a goal for myself and I apply myself and I do whatever I have to do, no matter what, until I achieve that goal. And there's a lot of obstacles along the way, and I never ever give up. And I think at the end of the day, that's what stood me in exceptional stead in being an entrepreneur and building 2 businesses.